morning, my dear colleagues. I'm glad to see you. And first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Zakopna Natalia Anatolievna. I'm a teacher of English and I've been working in this establishment for 15 years already. And I've been asking myself a question, what kind of teacher should I be? And here I'd like to mention the words said by Robert Frost, the most prominent poet in the US history, who said, "There are two kinds of teachers, the kind that fill you with so much quail shot that you can't move, and the kind that just gives you a little prod behind and you jump to the skies." I believe that the way I've chosen leads my pupils to the top where astonishment changes into understanding. So, teaching is after all a form of show business. These words belong to Steve Martin, a talented American actor, writer, and script writer. Someone may consider them rather strange, but in my opinion, they perfectly reflect the essence of a modern teacher, who should be educated, stylish, communicative, and trendy. In order to be a perfect showman, one should keep up to date and apply the latest technology, and one should be a creative, diligent, and purposeful person. As Gordon Dryden says, by the way, he is a prominent scientist and researcher who has been studying teaching methods for 30 years already, says that the knowledge put into practice is important. That's why I try to apply the latest techniques and technologies as often as it is possible. And one of them is an integrated lesson. As for me, I've been studying this question both in libraries and the internet, and this is reflected in my same topic, which is the introduction of the integrated lesson as the way of applying the innovation techniques in the teaching of the English language. So why is this problem so interesting to me? As Irina Alexeyevna Zimnya says, she is a doctor of psychology. A foreign language as a school subject is objectless. In other words, it is taught as a means of intercourse, and we borrow topic situations for discussions from other subjects. In other words, a foreign language is open to the context of the variety of other subjects, and in other words, it is open for integrations. Besides, I can't but mention the fact that integration has been proclaimed the main principle of the educational reform in Ukraine. And integrated lessons also help us to realize different aspects of the educational standard of Ukraine. You can see that integrated lessons give children a chance to apply their knowledge in practice, so we can realize activity approach. Students can also get acquainted and assess the different cultural objects and cultural developments of in the world, and thus a teacher has a chance to realize and to shape a cultural competence. We also should take care of pupils' health, and that's why integrated lessons have us a chance to think about health maintenance competence. We also can realize information and communicative competence, interdisciplinary competence, and other aspects of the standard. Integration can be both horizontal and vertical. It means that the integrated material can be taken from the current year, or it can contain the materials that have been studied during the previous years. It sounds great, but for teachers it can sometimes be difficult to decide which subjects to integrate and which way you should do it. And I hope that today I will give you some useful tips. I've chosen a topic sport, which is not so popular among our teachers. And as for the grammar material, we should speak about the conditional sentences, type 1 and type 2. Being a teacher of English, I know that pupils are not fond of doing grammar exercises because they are rather boring. And teachers can also find it difficult to think about a great variety of activities to help their students to practice grammar structures during the lessons. So I hope that today I will be able to answer some of these questions. And as you may have guessed, Today you are going to be pupils. And to start our work, we have to divide into 2 teams. And a lot will help us. So you have the cards on your tables. Will you take one card? How do you think, what the principle of division is?
Winter and summer kinds of sports.
Yes. So who has a card which represents some kinds of sports? Raise your hands, please. During your members of the summer kind of sports. Of course. And of course, every team should have its motto. So you have some sheets of paper. So will you reorder them in the right way to read your motto? You're welcome. So, are you ready? Yes. Can you tell us your motto, please? Okay, what about you? Are you ready? Can you present your motto? You're welcome. Okay, so you see this activity helps your pupils to cooperate and to become positive from the very start. Well, and today we are going to have
marks, get set, go! Bicycle race, bicycle race, bicycle race. All I wanna do is bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, 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 bicycle race.
Today we are going to have a bicycle race, and before we start, I'd like you to have a look at the words. Life is like riding a bike, and if it's hard for you, then you are on the rise. If you feel like this today, then it will be great. Okay, let's start. And of course, it's taken bicycle a long time to get through its evolution. Let's watch a video clip. And now you can see all the stages at the slide. Tell me please, if you had a chance, which bike would you like to ride? You may start like this. If I had a chance, I would. So Natalia, you're welcome.
So if I had a chance, I would ride a future bike. If I had a chance, I would ride a future bike also.
If I had a chance, I would ride mountain bike.
If I had a chance, I would ride a mountain bike too.
If I had a chance, I would ride a road bike.
If I had a chance, I would ride a road bike.
If I had a chance, I would like to ride a safety bicycle.
If I had a chance, I would like to ride a hobby horse.
You see, I can't say that it's integration with history, but this activity helps to shape the cultural competence and to broaden pupils' outlook. Unfortunately, cycling is a kind of sport which is paid little attention in Ukraine, and that's why we have very few cycling paths. As a result, you are just ordinary members of the traffic, and that's why you should know the meaning of this or that sign. So tell us please, what will you do if you see this sign, Marina?
If I see this sign, I will stop.
So Yulia, what will you do if you see this sign?
If I see this sign, I will turn left.
If I see this sign, I will turn right.
If I see this sign, I won't ride a bike.
If I see this sign, I will watch the traffic lights.
If I see this sign, I will wash my hands.
If I see this sign, I will not be very noisy.
If I see this sign, I will not park there.
Oh, now I see you won't get into the accident, but anyway, cycling is a kind of sport, and sport is sport, and you can't do without injuries. Unfortunately, fractures, strain and bruises are quite common, and you should know how to administer the first aid, because your pupils learn it during their lessons of life safety, and I hope you have learned this information either and you are ready to apply it in practice. Now you will have only 3 minutes to administer the first aid without any first aid kit, just having things that can be near you in this ordinary situation. This team, you are going to have a broken arm, and this team, you are going to have a broken leg. Don't forget, just 3 minutes. You're welcome.
I feel good.
Now we see that you can administer the first aid, but what will you do if your friend really breaks an arm? Natalia.
If my friend breaks an arm, I will put on a bandage.
If my friend breaks an arm, I will help him.
If my friend breaks an arm, I will help him too.
If my friend breaks an arm, I will call his parents.
You see, this exercise helps you to realize an activity approach, and this activity helps your pupils to show their knowledge and to apply their knowledge they have received in their lessons of life safety. And besides, it gives them a possibility to move that is also very important for their health. But in fact, your muscles can hurt not only because of the injury. It can also be a result of an intensive workout. Why is it so? Have a look at the slide. This is the periodic table of the elements, and pupils learn them during their lessons of chemistry. Today we are going to speak about 3 of them, that is hydrogen, carbon and oxygen. Why is it so? Oxygen is just necessary for normal functioning of your muscles, but when you train very hard, the blood flow in your muscles slows down and your muscles get no oxygen. That's like kind of emergency for your organism, and in that situation the lactic acid is accumulated in your muscles. You can see its formula on the slide, just 3 components. And is it dangerous for our organism or is it not dangerous? We shall answer this question during our experiment. Before we start our experiment, I think it will be helpful for you to revise the 2 words, acid and alkali, because you will tell the acid from the alkaline in the first and the second tube. What will help you to do it, Svetlana?
If there's the acid, this paper will be red.
Okay.
If there's the alkali, the paper will be blue.
So you're welcome. Take a piece of litmus paper. Take the tube number 1 and the tube number 2. So where's the alkali and where's the acid?
Number 1 is the acid.
And number 2 is alkali.
In tube number 3 you have also the acid, the sulfuric acid to be exact. So take one more piece of litmus paper, immerse its tip into the tube number 3. So, and let's compare these two papers. So this is the lactic acid and this is the sulfuric acid. What can you say about the lactic acid? Is it strong or is it weak, Svetlana?
In my opinion, it's weak because it's light pink.
Is it dangerous for our organism?
No, it is not. It's weak and it doesn't hurt our organism.
Right you are. It's not harmful, but it's rather painful. And what would you do in this situation if your muscles really hurt?
If my muscle hurts, I would drink a lot of water.
If my muscles hurt, I would take some pills.
If my muscles hurt, I would take a warm shower.
If my muscles really hurt, I would go to the sauna.
If my muscles hurt, I would practice some exercises.
So was this exercise interesting for you?
Yes, it was.
That's right. Your students adore experiments and integration with physics, chemistry, biology is always a success. So don't hesitate. Consult your teachers of chemistry or biology and you will see the result during your lessons. For the high level, you can integrate with mathematics in order your pupils could make up a short text using conditional type 1 and type 2. So let's practice it with you. Can you solve this problem using the conditional sentences?
If a cyclist covers 22 kilometers in 2 hours, his speed will be 26 kilometers per hour.
So, if a camera shoots 40 drivers and 100 wheels, it will be equal to 10 cars and 30 cyclists.
If a cyclist covers 300 kilometers at speed 30 kilometers per hour, it will take him 10 hours.
Are you tired? Yes, of course, your pupils are tired in the middle of the lesson too, and you have to give them opportunity to relax and to do some exercises. I'd like you to show the example of integration with PE, with yoga to be exact. I'd like you to think about the breathing exercise, which is called pranayama breathing. You can explain your student that a cyclist should be very trained and he or she should know how to breathe in a correct way. So now we are going to practice pranayama breathing. What does it mean? You have to take a deep breath and breathe out very slowly. What will help you? Just a bottle of ordinary bubbles. So take your bubbles and let's try. If you are doing okay, then you will get just one big bubble, not many little small ones. In this way, let's try. It was our last activity, and at the end of every lesson there is a stage of introspection. And now I'd like you to show the way how to connect this stage to our topic sport. To sum up, we are going to play darts. Now, think about your impressions of our today's masterclass and shoot your dart into the appropriate sector. You're welcome. Oh, thank you so much for your assessment, but maybe you have some words to tell us, or maybe you have some questions. You're welcome.
I must say that today's masterclass was very interesting and very helpful for me as for a teacher, so thank you.
Natalie, I have learned some new information and I'm really impressed, and your masterclass was really helpful for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your comments. And to finish, I'd like to mention Lily Tomlin, a prominent American actress who once said, "I like a teacher who gives you something to take home to think about besides homework." And I guess an integrated lesson is a lesson which can bring these words into life. So I really hope that my masterclass will inspire you to integrate English with other subjects. So thank you for your work and I wish you good luck. Goodbye.
Bye. Goodbye.